Welcome to the Your Author Platform podcast with John Friedel. Do you feel yourself investing a great deal of time and energy into writing your books without reaching nearly enough readers? I understand how you feel. I'm here to help you change that. If you're looking to boost your momentum, connect with your audience like never before, and become more profitable in ways your fans appreciate, today's episode will guide you forward with confidence. Hello, authors. It's great to hang out with you for another episode of the Your Author Platform podcast, which I do every few days to help you connect with your audience, improve your book sales, and ultimately improve your and their lives. Hopefully today I will change your life a little bit so you can better connect with your fans. In case you missed it, on my last episode, I went over focusing your business plan on community first. I hope you enjoyed listening to my last episode as much as I enjoyed making it for you. Today's episode is Today's episode number 9 discusses what motivates authors to become entrepreneurs. So becoming an entrepreneur may appear daunting. What motivates authors to pursue it at all? Frankly, many factors do. If you've written a book, then you have fans. You can see from your book sale analytics that they exist, but have you heard from any of your fans? Perhaps you got a couple of book reviews on Amazon. You may have had a book signing at your local bookstore. Great. How many fans showed up? I'm not being critical. Having 6 book reviews and a dozen people at your signing would be awesome. Yet while I was live streaming on YouTube for my last business, I had an average of 62 viewers at any given moment, 79 messages during the show, and thousands of views over time. Have any fans spotted you and run up to you? They have for me. It can be a little scary. John, a man ran up to me and said, "John, my wife loves you. Will you be here for a few minutes? She's right over there. Let me go get her. Here, my son Zach will wait with you." This is an actual conversation with a fan. Having a fandom can motivate an author to become an entrepreneur. It's a great feeling, but more than that, it's inspirational to authors. By meeting fans online and in person, you can learn from them and what they like and dislike. If you meet and talk with enough of them, you'll be motivated and perhaps gain ideas for your next book or, thinking like an entrepreneur, your next business product. You may have also written a nonfiction book about history or business. You may be instead a fiction author of romance or science fiction. Whatever genre, your fans need you and you need them. Do you want to change the world with your fiction or nonfiction book? Then make common cause with your fans. Support them when they support you, and you will gain friendships that will sustain you for years. Meet and discuss your topic, like debating warp drive versus wormhole travel versus hyperspace flights in one of my other businesses. Offer an online business course or two, like some businessmen turned entrepreneurs. Have a million fans who want to know about the history of politics to understand how we got where we are today, like Heather Richardson Cox. Help your fans by standing up for them. Help them and yourself by learning from them. You may fail in important ways, but it is still the right thing to do. Join your fans in a shared, unofficial common cause. Be someone they can respect and depend on. To be that person, that entrepreneur, you've got to join forces with your audience. None of us can do this alone. To be successful, we need to stick together. Some of your fans will become so close that they're now family. Waiting for a hero to improve our lives will not save us. You are the hero your fans need. Work with them to make that happen. Become the person they know, like, and trust. Write fiction or share business insights. Serve your audience, even if it means showing them how to repair antique socks. You don't have to be perfect, but you do have to try. You don't have to go to 1964 Mississippi to work to help people register to vote and then die for it. But people have. They just did it, and so can you. Unite with your fans. Stay loud. Make a difference. It begins with discovering individuals you believe in and who believe in you. Foster a community of supporters who know, like, and trust you. Now is not the time to be alone, but to create something meaningful. You could discuss the strategy and human strength that took other entrepreneurs to build a community of fans, but I'm providing those examples elsewhere later in this episode, one of them. Maybe you're an introvert, or more accurately, an Asperger individual, and don't like meeting people. Then don't, because that's what live streams and podcasts are for. Yes, you're talking to people, but they're not in the room with you, so we're good. If you're an author, you've overcome the fear of writing a book. You have that strength. Becoming an entrepreneur is no different. Don't know how to podcast or video record yourself? No worries. I'll show you how. Being an entrepreneur is no different than writing a book. The fear is mostly in our mind. You can learn how to do this too. One of my hard-won abilities is to teach complicated things in a simple way that makes sense. I can take the difficulty out of anything technical, not by doing it for you, but by giving you an understanding that becomes yours. You already have the strength and fearlessness to become an entrepreneur with a community of fans. In summary, becoming an entrepreneur isn't that difficult once you understand what motivates authors to do so. It's fun and worthwhile. Your audience needs you, and you need them. Remember to visit hang on. Remember to visit Professor Slott's, excuse me, that's my other business. I've said that a million times. Remember to visit yourauthorplatform.com/subscribe to get my free report revealing the top 3 essential tools for improving your connection with fans, including the one I've used as a nonfiction author and influencer. So I'm starting a new segment in these podcasts called Community Examples, starting that new segment with today's episode. Today's community example highlights a discussion between Heather Richardson Cox and Jon Stewart on his podcast, The Weekly Show with Jon Stewart. The episode, titled Trump Won, What Now?, was recorded on November 8th, 2024, immediately following the U.S. presidential election. You can find this podcast episode on any audio platform you prefer. Heather Richardson Cox is an expert on the history of politics. I don't intend to go over what they covered for like an hour. Instead, I want to highlight a discussion towards the end about community, which led to my pivoting my business, or rather better aligning it. Paraphrasing here, Heather Richardson Cox expressed how devastated she was after Trump was first elected president in 2016 and again upon his re-election in 2024. But there was a difference between her 2016 and 2024 devastations. What was that difference? Nowadays, she has a community of over 1 million fans who care, stand together, and aren't going anywhere. And I thought, isn't that great? We should all be so proactive. This inspired me to change the value proposition of my business from connect with fans, grow more popular, to connect with fans, build your community. And so we shall, right? Build a community and nurture it, and it will, in turn, support you. If you have a great example of a community, perhaps even your own, I'd like to hear about it. Comment below on this YouTube video or email me at john@yourauthorplatform.com. I'll investigate it and possibly promote it on the show. Thanks in advance. Remember to visit yourauthorplatform.com/subscribe to get my free report revealing the top 3 essential tools for improving your connection with fans, including the one I've used as a nonprofit author and influencer. On the next Your Author Platform podcast episode will include another presentation on an essential topic for authors looking to connect with their fans and build a thriving community. If you have questions, feel free to email me at john@yourauthorplatform.com, and I'll do my best to respond. If you have more than a few questions, consider booking a 1-hour one-on-one consultation at yourauthorplatform.com/consult. My calendar has limited openings, but some are still available. I look forward to working with you to answer all your questions. That's the end of another great episode of the Your Author Platform podcast. Thanks so much for listening. I plan to release the next episode very soon, and I'll have more amazing content for the show. Until then, connect with fans and build your community. Bye.